Yeah, they have to be spayed, and if they're not, chances of mammary tumors, there's like 80% of them will produce massive tumors.
And doing the VSNP program, we have people calling up with their animals late in life saying, my animal now has tumors, I need to get it spayed. It's like, well, you know what?
A little late.
Yeah, it's too bad, but neutering is really helpful.
It is.
Across the board.
It is.
Yeah. What's the cost for caring for the pigs at the sanctuary?
The biggest cost is veterinary care and heating in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And I estimate it's about $300 per pig per year.
Mm-hmm.
And the older they get, and mine are seniors, the more medical care is needed, because just like older people, they start developing signs of aging. Arthritis is huge, which is why it's a constant struggle for me to try to keep them at a good weight, because they love food, and it's not, they don't eat, they really savor food.
Yeah.
It's not like the dog who just gulps and it's gone. They savor, and it's fun to give them new things and just see how they, I give a peppermint to Moses, one of the house pigs, and he puts it in his mouth and he goes, to feel the cold on the, through his mouth with the peppermint. It's so funny. But they do love, they savor their food. So in any event, medical care and heating in the winter.
Yeah.
Those are the expenses.
What temperature are they comfortable at?
Well, research was done on the domestic pig, and they taught them to use the thermostat, and they set it at 65. So, I can't get much better than that. The pigs have told me they like 65.
Well, no kidding. Well, when we went over the other day, Andrea and I went to record, you're constructing different cubbies for them.
Yep.
And just like Wig, Wig would bury herself under blankets in our garage, and you'd see the little nose and...
Yep.
Craig didn't know she was there. He'd walk by, and she'd jump up. Like, oh, God.
Pig in a blanket, they love to bury themselves.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they just really, cozy down.
And I don't see, they're not out during the winter, really. It's winter's hard. Winter's long.
Yeah.
And spring is delightful, because then everybody comes out of their houses, and it's just, we're revitalized.
I know.
Bring on the sun.
And here we are in New England, where it's way long to winter. Winter just stretches on and on.
Would you recommend a pig as a pet?
No. There are those people, and we were just talking about it, about really liking the interaction with another being that's different than us, to get to know them. I love that, and therefore I enjoy the company of the pigs, because it's all so new and exciting, and I love them, but the majority of people wouldn't be willing to put up with what's involved in caring for a pig.
Right.
So knowing how easily people give up, again, their dogs and cats, a pig, I really do not recommend them as pets.
And it's a commitment.
Oh, it's a commitment. We're talking up to 20 years.
Yeah.
And the thing is people get them, and no matter how much you try to tell them the pros and the cons, and that you don't recommend it, they still get the pig, and then when they don't want it anymore, like you knew it would happen, they need to give it up. And the problem is that the sanctuaries are full.
Yeah.
And it's really hard.
And it's hard.
It's hard to find a home.
On you to say no.
Definitely. But I know what my limits are, and I'm at them. My 16 I have now, they'll live out their lives with me. And now that's it.
Yeah.
And I have to say no and send people on with the hope that they'll do the responsible thing with their pig.
Yeah. What do you feed the pigs?
They get pig chow. And they only eat like a half a cup twice a day, each pig. So it's pig chow, but if I just gave them pig chow, they would look at me. They turn away. They're just in
Unacceptable.
disbelief.
Mom!
So they always get jasmine rice with their pig chow, and then something to make it more appealing.
Is that cooked rice?
Cooked rice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yams, or I like feeding them yogurt because I have seniors. They're all on arthritis medicine and painkillers. And again, it's because you're fighting with the weight of the pig, and that makes their arthritis worse.
Yeah.
So
What's wintertime like at the sanctuary?
it's hard. It's hard. I certainly understand why New England farmers of the old days had the barn that was attached to the house. I'd loved one of those.
Yeah.
I'd love one of those.
Right.
No, it's hard having to go out, and before you can even get to your pigs, you have to get the snow thrower
All
going.
the layers on. and
Definitely the
trudge through
layers
the
on.
snow.
But even though it's hard, I get out there and I'm happy to see them.
Well, your place is so beautiful. I mean, Joan her place goes back up into the woods. And was it Otis the other day who was out there?
Moses.
Moses. He came down, wait till you see the video, came lumbering down and.
Yeah, they have a lot of land, and usually now again, because they're seniors, they don't really go out to the end of the 5 acres, except that it's acorn season now. And acorn season, holy moly. Now Moses has now become the leader of maybe like 10 pigs, and it was Moses who taught them all. And that's just this year, because I just combined these 2 herds. He has taught them all to eat acorns, because they were not doing this before Moses became their leader. And holy cow, it is an incredible season for acorns, and I have pigs with huge bellies right now.
So they're going to go on a diet
They're
after?
going on, winter's not a great time to go on a diet,
Yeah.
but they're
Well,
going on a diet.
It'll keep them warmer, right?
Yeah, until they lose it.
No. Tell me, is there a network of pig sanctuaries across the United States?
There is. Just an example, last winter, I got a call that there was a pig up in northern Vermont that the people had moved and left the animals, and the animals were dying. The pig was alive, and cats were alive. So I got a call to come up and see this pig. And it turns out the pig was a kuni. It's not a potbelly. The kuni is a very sweet old breed. Personally, very sweet animal. So I brought him home, and I gave him a heated area in my tack room, and I wasn't going to keep him. As much I would love to know the personality of a kuni for, over time, I'm not taking any more pigs. So I networked with with people across the United States, and he's now living down in Florida. He's
No
living
kidding.
in Florida.
You want a
Where
guardian
we'd
down
wanna
there?
be.
How
But
did you get him there?
He, there's people who run sanctuaries down south, which has huge problem with feral potbelly pigs. They have a network of people who drive across the United States. So they took my pig. I transported him to a sanctuary in New York. They came up from Florida. They had many pigs got on the van to make the trip to new homes. And so that's how they move throughout the United States. That's how a lot of my pigs came. I mean, I have pigs that have come from Missouri, from Tennessee, many from New England.
Yeah.
But they come via what we call the pig train.
We sent 2 pigs. We did a cruelty investigation, 8 years ago, on a farm. The man had stopped feeding them. And there were 4 pigs, 2 had died. The 2 were cannibalizing each other, the other 2. By the time we got them, they were so skinny, but we nursed them back to health with the help of Kelly Gove, who took them to her farm, and then we had them trucked to Farm Sanctuary.
Great. They are wonderful.
Yeah, and we went to see them. When the kids were little, we took them there, Greg and myself, and we spent an evening. What a wonderful place. They had a pond. They come out of their barn, and they go down to the pond, and they swim, and it was...
Well, you remember the Iowa floods? Was that a couple years ago where it was a massive flood out west, and pig facilities, again, factory farmed pigs, so there was these long metal houses full of pigs, and the water was coming in, and majority of them just drowned. Some farmers opened up all the gates to let the pigs at least have a chance of surviving, but Farm Sanctuary ended up with maybe 50 that they rescued and then tried to find homes for.
They're incredible.
Tell me, is there a way that the public can help with the sanctuary?
Your sanctuary?
My sanctuary, financial contributions are wonderful, and that helps with the current vet care and heating. Also, if you want to stop by and bring treats for the pigs, like yams or canned veggies or fruit, so I can add it to their dinner so they'll be happy.
Well, you know what? We'll get your contact up on the screen, but also people can go to vvsahs.org, and we'll make sure we do a link to you, too. You know what? We've run out of time because I want to be sure that we get the clips in, but Joan, I want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
Really,
having me.
Really, and welcome to our show for the animals. Come back again.
This group is one female.
Oh,
Charlotte,
isn't she lucky?
and she is such a sweetie. Charlotte, Iggy, who is the herd leader out of this group, and Birdie all came from, they were picked up in Maryland as strays. And they obviously had no human contact. They weren't pets.
Were they
They were very frightened.
were they little piglets when you got them?
No, adults.
No kidding.
So, it's nice that they got to stay together. And
Do you have them spayed and neutered?
mostly everybody, I don't have her done. She's so nervous. Harvey was at the Humane Society in his younger years, got adopted out a couple times. Anyway,
It takes a special.
yeah,
understanding.
these guys are here for the rest of their life. I'm not.
I'm loving the fur. Can you get the fur standing up when Wiggles gets? The fur goes straight up.
Harley, oh my Harley, oh my Harley. So this is the biter. It's okay. It's okay. But he's actually he really is just a big love.
Yeah.
But he was very spoiled in his life, and so he I guess allows me to be top pig, but he's not willing to let other people be top pig. Once acorn season's over, we're losing weight.
That diet's in the future. I know that feeling. And the goats?
Goaty. Goaty has lived with a lot of the pigs over time. This used to be where they would come and acclimate in this group. So they had to live with Goaty.
And she gets along fine with everybody.
He does. They hate winter.
Sympathize.
They all live in heated houses. So that's where they are all winter long.
You guys look like you're in pig heaven.
We got Lacey. Hi, Lacey. Hi, Lacey. We got Miss Piggy, who's the oldest. And then Appleby came from Tennessee.
Wow.
It was a big rescue, and she got on the pig train and headed north.
There darling.
Mosey.
Oh, what a beauty. Oh,
Look at that pot belly.
that winter chill coming.
At dusk, there came a turning. There was a moment when all was known. You could feel beauty rising on the breeze, that shapes the stone, and I would ride upon the breeze that shapes the stone across the sky and beyond, to that place where all is known, when I could fly when I could fly.